gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
What is up, Raider Nation? Exciting game, a Friday game that just happened. It wasn't supposed to end that way, but I guess for some folks, they're sticking to the plan. You know what that plan
According
is.
to the NFL, it was supposed to end that way.
According to
That was the script. That's what Roger Goodell wanted.
the NFL or the Goodell FL. Ah!
Goodell FL. I like that. Goodell FL.
The Goodell FL. The Goodell Football League. All right. Hey, we're back. And Asylum, once again, came back. You know, he's all over the world. He's back home now. Asylum. I know you got a special shout out. So, how was your trip? Hold on, wait. Yeah, let's lower this music. All right, Asylum. How's it going? How was it? How was your trip?
Oh, the trip was fun. You know how it goes. But yeah, I'd like to shout out the Silver and Black Empire in New York at Peter Dillon's Bar pub right there. They, you know, not only welcomed, you know, the good old Asylum to their shenanigans and their game routine and everything, but I haven't even give a shout out. I was lucky enough. I even won their raffle. You'll see right there. See, perfect. See, timing. That's what that's called, timing. It came out with the Blanda jersey, so I didn't have one of those, so that was even perfect. I want to give them a shout out. I mean, they did a great job, you know, with everything they got going on. I mean, this pub was packed, full of nothing but. I mean, this picture doesn't even do it justice. This was packed. It was almost shoulder to shoulder. You don't know how many Raiders fans are out there. If you're ever in New York, you have to go check them out and watch a game over there if the Raiders are playing. Because as somebody who was actually from Oakland said, from the Oakland area, he said this place is even better. He says it's better than Ricky's currently. The only thing that he could compare it to was the old Ricky Sports Bar. And you know what? I have to give him that one. This is about as good as the old Ricky. So get your chance. Go check out Silver and Black Empire. They did your man right when I was there, treating me great. Check them out. Go watch a Raider game there. Be part of the festivities. And trust me, it gets rowdy in that fucking pub. It does.
Jeff said you didn't visit him. What's wrong?
Hey, hold on. He didn't even want to meet halfway, okay? I don't want to hear it. But I did get your friend request on Facebook so we can now communicate and maybe get you on the show. I did get your friend request, Jeff, so we'll move forward from there.
Hey, that's very yes, because I've seen Jeff on different shows, and we got to get him on. We got to get him on. All right, back out. That was your shout out.
My shout out to the Silver and Black Empire. And trust me, you have any chance to go, that man in the middle, right underneath the George Blanda jersey right there, he's the bartender and founder of the Silver and Black Empire. And the lady to his, that'd be the left right there. Sorry, I had to, my right, everyone else's left. She was the hostess, and she, I don't blame you. And, like I said, there was great host to me, even started giving me places to go visit while I was out there in New York after this. So, if anybody's going out there, let me know. I will hit them up and let them know you're coming. And trust me, it will be worth it. It's an experience like none other.
Oops. Let's go back. Hey, we're back. All right, well, I feel like that is a good kickoff to do our favorite segment since we're doing, our shout outs. And that is the famous plug. Here we go.
I think you just want to hear my voice. You just missed my voice. That's what it was. All right, everybody, go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that bell. Oh, I've seen hypes and videos of this bar. Oh, he is fucking beyond awesome. It is well worth going. If you ever have a chance, go. Anyways, hit that bell. That way you know when we have a video, short, a meme, anything that drops, you know right away when it's happening. And I'm sure it's going to happen in this video, on this episode here. When Roger Goodell wants to be a dickhead and shut us down, you can catch us on Facebook at Open Raider Savage or my page, Asylum. Until we come back on, then go ahead and visit us back on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. But, Facebook's that medium right there. We are out there. And when you're done with all this, go visit WGG. Browse their wide variety of different flavors of energy drinks. And when you're ready to check out, put Cage Match, one word, in the discount code to get 10% off your entire order.
And like we always say, when you think of wins, you'll think of dubs. When you think of dubs, you'll think of W. Get that energy like the whole defense did on this last game. And McCormick and even Bowers. All of them. All of them had W. That's what we're going to say. All of them had W, and they went out there, and they took care of business. Well,
see, that just
performance.
Almost.
Performance-wise.
That just shows that they watch our show, right?
Yes. The only person. Well, I was going to say Carlson didn't take W, so come on, Carlson.
Oh, yeah. Take a W. I'll bet you he'll snort it next time.
Go into the discount code. Go put Cage Match, one word, CAGEMATCH, for those who are spelletically declined, or whatever. And get 10% off your whole order. And also, shouts out to the Compa Fabian. I feel like it's been a while, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. We had a game on Friday. I'm all like, okay, so we have a show on Monday. Oh, no, 2 days. Okay. www.rn4lifer.com. Go there. Check his merch out, his website out. He has great merch. I don't have one of his hats on today because I believe I have them all over the place. I didn't have time to go grab it, so I got another one. It's a regular Raider hat. So, anyways, go there, check it out. The shouts out to the Compa Fabian, RN4 LIFER, Raider Nation for Life, for lifer.com, and then also shouts out to Raiderman19. We got to get him on the show because we got to hear his thoughts on how the season is going. It hasn't been going the way it's supposed to have gone that we all thought. But, yeah, we got to get him on. Go there, Raiderman19.com. He has shirts. He has his own merch with the Raider Oath. And that Raider Oath you hear at the end of our intro video. We were trying to get him to the torch. And I know there's only a few home games left. But if anything, maybe if we can get everything all figured out with this team, he'll be a great person to kick off next season on that torch. Can you imagine him doing that Raider oath in front of 65,000 people inside Allegiant Stadium with the Oakland Mystique, with the Raider Way down there in Las Vegas? I want to see that happening. Him lighting the torch, firing the whole team, firing up the whole team. That's not firing the whole team, Kay. That's not that kind of show. All right. Shouts out to Raiderman 19, big part of the show. And he's one of the originals from Lot D, the original Black Hole. So, anyways, going from there. All right, Asylum.
And I got a message from Fabian. We need an immediate meeting to make me a compa. God damn it! I deserve to be a compa.
Wait, where's the
meeting? No, I don't need the sticker. I got it. I want the actual patch.
You gotta earn it.
For the straight jacket, I deserve it. I don't know why, but I deserve it. Emergency.
You can join the likes. Join the likes of me, Deadpool Raider, all those guys, all the celebrities like myself. All right, Asylum. We had a game on Friday.
We did.
You were not in town to go to this game. That's probably why they lost. You weren't in town to go to this game like you did on Christmas, but it was a close game. Who thought that the Raiders, looking at these stats, who thought that the Raiders were going to put up numbers like this one? 434 total yards compared to their 329? 318 in the air, 116 on the ground for the league's worst rushing attack against their defense.
We outrushed the Chiefs.
We outrushed the Chiefs, and they only had 63. It looks like, yeah, I know. It's like, oh, did the stats get mixed up or what? I don't know.
I think something got mixed up. I know the score got mixed up. It shouldn't be the way it was. I know that much.
Oh, yeah. That was, I mean, I know regardless of if you're on, let's say it like this. Regardless if you're going to go down with the ship, if you're going to go down with the Titanic, or you're trying to jump on a raft and swim away, whichever way you were going, I know 99.9% were all like, you know what, just we could beat the Chiefs. I'm tired of seeing the Chiefs.
Especially in their home again. It's two holidays in a row. It should have been 2 W's in their home and just ruined their holiday period. I mean, I think we ruined their holiday because they didn't expect us to play like we did. But, that was the one we needed to come out with that W. I'm sure everybody would have been happy with that W right there.
Yeah. I mean, I would have. I was watching that game.
We would have been one of 2 teams in the last little over a year to beat the Chiefs. No, a little under a year. We'd be one of the only 2 teams, and that would have been 3 losses, and 2 of them would have been to us.
And with the start of Aidan O'Connell, you can be like, hey, Aidan O'Connell owns you, Mahomes. 2-0. And you're home?
Call him Daddy O'Connell?
Daddy O'Connell. Now that sounds like a bar. Come to Daddy O'Connell's if you want to watch a Raider game. Come to Daddy O'Connell's right now. All right. Well, we're talking about it, but let's take a look at it, And because this was an exciting game, I know we didn't win, and that ending was kind of controversial. But I know we didn't win, but there was a lot of plays that had happened, and I think it's time to bring back my favorite. It could be your guys' favorite, only until they shut it down. So get your Facebooks ready. Yeah, so we're going to go.
Get that other screen up. Get it going so you can go between the damn tabs.
Yes.
On the people on the computer.
Get ready, because we're going to bring back X screen. Wait. Do I? Yeah. Okay, here we go. X screen. Here we go. All right, X screen. Wait, we need my music. Oh, wait, we need my music. Not that one. There you go. All right, everybody. X screen. Get your Facebooks ready. All right, Raiders are coming out. Raiders win the toss, but they defer to the Chiefs. They say, you know what, let's come on, give us the best shot. They went down the field, you know, whatever. Like, it's the Chiefs, so nobody. We got my sister, the internet field reporter. Let us know if we get blacked out like the old school Oakland Raiders back in the day. Mahomes going downfield. Well, not going downfield, but Mahomes on offense. There you go, going downfield. Now tell me, is this a pass interference? I know he didn't turn his head, but
I didn't think that was pass interference. I thought that was good defense right there.
I mean, because he comes back and he goes and grabs on Jack's head right there, so that could have been offense.
That's also pass interference.
Yeah. Raiders hold them to a field goal, which, okay, you know, all right, 3 points, we'll take that. O'Connell throwing it to Jacoby Myers for a first down, little receiver screen right there, just to get him warmed up, you know, with his heel thumb. And look at that, going downfield to Myers again, dropping the dime. Remember, you know, there was a whole debate about O'Connell throwing a little under, but he's showing his accuracy right here. So he's like, you know what? Let me go do it again with 3 guys in the way. Look at that right there. Jacoby Myers adjusting.
Right where only he can catch it, on that back shoulder.
Yes. And everyone keeps saying, oh, man, we lost Adams, man. That was our greatest, our best. No, it was Jacoby Myers. There you go. The drive stalls with Jones second, O'Connell. He was trying to find a way to get open. So you see him, he's moving around trying to avoid, but he gets sacked right there. Carlson gets that field goal. If we could hit one more, it's a different story. Mahomes gets the ball back. And the defense, it's a coverage, but he finds, that open in the middle of the field has always been open. So that's something that we got to kind of tighten up, especially, with the Buccaneers coming. They got a decent tight end. I got him on my fantasy. And this stupid-ass play, they kept replaying over and over and over again on the prime.
No, so it was Kelce who did it. It was a genius play.
I know, and then they go and show Taylor Swift with a little first down. Yeah, whatever. Mahomes gets his touchdown right there. Whatever. This is the end of the quarter. I'm sorry, the end of the first half. And they were going for a field goal, which was short. And here comes DJ Turner to return it back. End of the quarter, end of the first half. So, ending the first half with a 10-3 score.
And I guarantee nobody expected halftime to be that close.
Yes. Oh, look at we survived.
It to be a beatdown. Not to be holding up to only 10 points. Unfortunately, we had a missed field goal in there. It should be 10-6 at this point. But you know what? Shit happened, right?
Yeah. Okay, so going into halftime, 10-3, Raiders get the ball because they deferred, so they get the ball back in the second quarter. Sorry, I keep saying quarter. In the second half. Here we go. Start of the second half. Here we go. Will we survive YouTube? Let's see what happens. All right, O'Connell gets the ball over here. A little pass over to, that is DJ Turner again. Going downfield, and it's a shame because he did get hurt in this game. He's out on IR with a knee injury. So there's like 5 weeks left. I don't know. So I don't know.
Saying 4 weeks, the injury reserve for IR works.
Yeah, here you go with Abdullah going down the middle, and you thought he had a first down, but the refs said, "Oh no, it's not a first down. He was short." And everyone kept saying, "Oh well, how come he didn't challenge? Throw the challenge flag. He was short right there." So someone must have told him in his ear.
Right there.
Yeah, someone must have told him in his ear, like, "Nah, don't throw the flag. It'd be a waste." So they try to go for the fourth down conversion.
I agree with that call. Mm-hmm. Considering we had to use timeouts and everything later on in the game, it would have been a lot worse if we didn't have that timeout.
Yeah. So, Chiefs get the ball. They go to their backup tight end. Their running game, this was probably the only big play on offense was Pacheco, because everyone was on cheering when he came back. This was his first game back. He was injured. That was the only big highlight that he had. Right here, the Raiders defense starts closing in and disrupting Mahomes. Right here, you see they're over there grabbing Max Crosby, like always. They go for the field goal. Like always, go for the field goal. 13-3, the Chiefs. Right now, it's Aidan O'Connell time. A little throw to Brock Bowers to get that first down. Now he's going deep to Brock Bowers with the one-handed catch right here. Asylum. What do you think of this play right here?
I mean, that's Brock Bowers being Brock Bowers. I mean, do we expect anything less out of him right now? I mean, one-handed. I know when it came down to it, everyone loved the Devontae Adams one hand, all this other shit. Now we got Brock Bowers doing it. I mean, a rookie doing it, of all things. Come on, man.
This right here, I'm just like, Miller, I think it's time. It's not Miller time no more. Carlson goes for this field goal, and it went wide. Well, to us, wide right, whatever. So it was just a bad day for Carlson. Going deep right here. Hopkins does get the catch on the rookie. So they were attacking the rookie on that side right there.
Robertson, Cameron Robertson, yeah. And you kind of expected to do that, Unfortunately, no leg kicker is able to make his field goal.
Yeah. Now, who thought 6-3? The game was over. Not Abdullah. Abdullah said, "Nah, we're gonna jumpstart this right now." Abdullah goes for a 50-plus return right here, get it down to the 35, to the 25. So he jumpstart the momentum right there. O'Connell back to pass. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna go deep, and here you go, Brock Bowers for the touchdown." Can't stop that guy.
His little Steph Curry on the knees. That was Steph Curry right there.
And he's going against cornerbacks.
Right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare. I mean, a matchup nightmare right there. That's what he is.
Yeah.
A matchup nightmare. No matter who you put on him, ain't nobody fucking going to be able to. You got to double team Brock Bowers. And then here, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, that long pass, we always say, you got to go deep at least once a game. We need to do it more often because with Trey Tucker and O'Connell, them two seem to have it together. And look at that. Oh, yeah, he fell. But you know what? It was that move that caused him to, he couldn't keep up with that speed.
But look at that pass. He led him. He just, boom, it took off. And took off. So the Chiefs get the ball back. Well, that was two quick scores for the Raiders. 16-17, only down by 1 point. Here come the Raiders defense. That's another sack right there. Mahomes, he's getting frustrated. I think the Raiders have the blueprint to beat the Chiefs. They just got to close out the games, especially making the field goals. They go make the field goal. It is 19-17. O'Connell going back to pass finds Brock Bowers. On that open, he was very alert to where he was at. Right here, he was getting pressure, and he saw his outlet right there. That's very, being aware. So, but once again, another missed field goal. This was just like a frustrating, you can see his footing. He slipped when he tried to go and kick that off. So, yeah, Carlson did not have a great day, like we keep saying.
I think they wanted
that field. Chiefs get the ball back, of course, on the short field. And the defense, they held up. They were hitting Mahomes. Mahomes couldn't even stay back to, sit back there to throw a good ball to the rookie. Raiders with the ball back. Then here we go, 2-minute drill. O'Connell going down the field, wide open. Brock Bowers hitting him in the right there, like just leading them away.
And then bam, right there too, in double coverage right there. We talk about triple coverage, he did it in double coverage. And this 2-minute drill, I mean, it was bam, 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 bam. They were just marching down that field.
And, it's like O'Connell's second-year guy just came off of IR. He was just going down the field. We're like, all right, okay, here we go. We're about to have a winning drive man. There was mass confusion on the offensive side, but then there was more mass confusion on this whole ordeal right here because the flag happened. We all thought the flag was thrown, so the play was dead. We thought, okay, well, it's going to be a false start. Raiders get the ball back. They will lose 5 yards, but, see, even JPJ was on it's false start.
False start on me. He's not false started.
Well, here we go. Here's the call. Here's the call. Hey, wait.
Illegal shift on the offense. That penalties decline. The Chiefs did recover the backwards pass and take over first down.
Wow. JPJ's going to kill somebody.
he wanted to go after those refs. Look at that. He was pissed. He's even talking, look, fuck you. That's what he said. He walked away saying, fuck you.
See, I mean, you see, Parham goes and taps JPJ, which tells him, okay, he's ready for the ball. But what O'Connell said in his post game that he was clapping because he was ready, but then he was trying to get the receivers ready. Everyone was not. They were still running around trying to line up, and then because Parham heard the clap, they ended up ball was snapped, and you know how it is. Raiders lose the game 19-17. A heartbreaker for the ones that want them to win. A close call for those who are calling for a tank. But all in all,
I'm going to say it like this. Anybody who thinks that's why we lost the game was not watching the fucking game. We make any of those 3 missed field goals, any of them, we win the game. As I was talking to you today, if we make all 3 of those field goals, we win by 7 points. So it wasn't that one play that screwed us. Yes, it kept us from winning the game, but it came down to one of our strengths, our special teams, what we can count on game in and game out is the one thing that let us down in this game. And I'm not bashing on Carlson. I'm not bashing on him. He had a bad day. I can't remember a time, and the chats and everybody else could tell me if I'm wrong. I don't remember him ever missing 3 kicks in a game.
No.
So, Carlson had basically just had a bad game. And it was those kicks. That in the end stuck and would have forced them to try to drive down, do some miracle and shit. And it does suck. And we could have, won it right there. Should have won it right there, but O'Connell's taking responsibility. JPJ is taking responsibility. And I'm sure if you interview Carlson, he'll take responsibility. So I'm going to put it on those 3 missed kicks. Shit happens. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But if you're going to blame only that one play, then you need to rewatch this game and really see what happened. Because that was just the final dagger, in the back to kill us. But it was those other 3 daggers that really put us in the situation.
Random, but people talking were so annoying. I mean, it's a case of the Chiefs they've been lucky this year because they haven't been playing. Yeah, they're 11-1, but if you look at
I got the refs.
Well, yeah, so the 12th man is on the field. They're 11-1. If you look at how the Bills beat the Niners in the snow, the Bills are they're 10-2, I think, because I think they're 1 game, even though they got the tiebreaker if it was a tie. But the Bills, I believe, if the game is going to be, if the championship game goes, I don't know how to say it, because I know the Chiefs have the number 1 seed right now, but The only one that can save us from a Chiefs Super Bowl is probably going to be the Bills. That's what I'm trying to go at. So, because the Ravens, they didn't look all that great going into their bye week. So this past Sunday. So I think the Bills are our only hope. So
No,
yeah,
I mean to keep them from the Super Bowl, but I really think that they got to go through the Bills, and if they happen to do that, they still got to go through the Lions.
but I don't want to see a Chiefs Super Bowl. The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. They're going to make sure that they win. First three pick.
I'm not going to argue that, but wouldn't it be so sweet to see the Lions finally get a Super Bowl win and fucking beat the Chiefs and end the three-peat though? Wouldn't it be so sweet? Now, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I'll go with you there. A Lions versus Bills Super Bowl.
The first one. Who's going to get the first ring?
The first one.
Bills going for their the Lions. Bills going for their fifth try, and the Lions just showed up. Hey guys, it's my first dance. What's going on?
Well, as long as the Lions are in there, and I have somebody to root for in the Super Bowl, that's all I'm asking for. I've had too many Super Bowls where I couldn't root for nobody. I'm tired of rooting for lightning strikes because they don't happen.
Yeah, Mother Nature. Even if they all sit down and watch the game. Okay, so it doesn't happen. My sister reporting online says, by the way, YouTube never cut out, so we are one for one.
Because we keep calling out Roger Goodell.
Yeah, like come at me, bro. Come at me. And the
There
Lions are going in. It's all about Simba. Or Mufasa. Remember who you are. So.
Hold on. That Simba moment.
Yeah, raise the cans over Pride Rock. This is who we are. All right. We do have a special guest. I wish I had an intro for like.
You keep saying you're gonna make one.
I know, but I didn't. So, do we have anything? Can I play anything in there?
That's what I'm trying to look for too. We could do I don't know. Emotional damage just for the fun.
No, we'll do this. We'll do this one. Around the nation. There we go. It is Jeff.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, Jeff? How's it going?
Good. And you? How you doing?
I mean, good, because the Raiders put out a good performance, especially on offense, that we haven't seen really all year. And but it was ruined by I'm not gonna say it was ruined by the refs, but the last thing that we saw in the game was the refs giving the ball back to the Chiefs. So that's all I'm gonna say. So anyways, yes. How did you feel about this Black Friday, first Friday game, or it was probably not the first Friday game, but this Black Friday game that we just watched?
I know we played good.
Yeah.
Offense and defense looked good. Brock Bowers was right back to form again after an off week from Denver. I thought for sure that after the way Denver shut him down, that other teams were going to start to figure it out. And of all people, I thought the Chiefs would have figured that out by now, but obviously they didn't stop them. Offense looked good. Some semblance of a running game. We finally broke 100 yards.
It's actually the second time we broke 100 yards.
Sorry, second time, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm just saying we have done it once before.
I liked McCormick. I think he looked great. You can see the kid knows how to see the holes and take advantage of it. I think all around, the game, I was upset at the moment when the game was over, why we lost it, because, everybody's blaming the refs. And then a little bit more I reflect on it. I'm like, but not really. We lost it ourselves. We can't put the blame on the refs. Yeah, it was kind of a messed up bullshit call at the end, but we can't really put the blame on them. The blame's on us. because number one, we couldn't get our kicker to hit 3 field goals. That 9-point swing, we win by 8. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have come down to what it came down to. That's the disappointing part.
No, I
The
agree.
silver lining on this is we stay at number 2 in the draft pick. That's the bonus, I guess, if people want to look at it that way. That's the happy part about it.
Depending on who you want to draft, that's a bonus.
Exactly. But I know
depending on how you feel about certain things,
popular one.
Now, here's a question for you. You're saying, and I agree, Brock Bowers was shut down last game against the Broncos, but came out here. Do you think maybe Scott Turner was able to game plan better this time for Brock Bowers to keep that from happening?
I think
or do you think that was just purely Brock Bowers?
I think it was that, and Brock Bowers is just Brock Bowers. You got to remember, Denver put Surtain on him. Surtain's a bigger secondary, a bigger corner. So not many teams have a guy of that size and that capability to shut down a tight end like that. So I mean that's pretty much why he was shut down in Denver. But
yeah.
Well, that they were double
teaming. Throw the ball anywhere near him, he's gonna catch it.
What were you saying, Asylum?
I was saying that, and when it wasn't Surtain on them, they were double teaming Bowers. I mean, they made sure Bowers wasn't going to beat him.
Yeah,
plain and simple. They did everything
how
they
it
could.
Took that long for defenses to do that to him is beyond me. I mean,
well, still look right here. He's the first among everything. It says tight ends on a lot of the shit, but receptions, that's over every wide receiver, running back. It don't matter who it is in the NFL. He has the most receptions, targets, yards. Yards is the tight end, but he's getting there, and he's on pace to break Puka's record. I believe it was from last year for receptions.
Last year.
So he's on pace. He's already broke a bunch of records.
No, Laporta.
Was it Laporta?
Laporta.
No,
Laporta.
For rookies, Nakua broke the rookie record last year.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to pass that too.
Okay, I thought you meant rookie tight end. Okay, yeah.
No, overall. Not tight end, just rookie
overall.
Overall, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And again, that's on 113 targets. 84 of those he caught. The guy that's number 1 for all receivers, tight ends, wide receivers, and running backs, I believe, is CeeDee Lamb with like 140. And he's
targets?
And he's got, out of that 140, he's got like 78 catches, I think it is. Or 76. So he's almost half. He's almost caught half of what's been thrown to him in Dallas. Whereas Brock, out of that 113, he's got 84 of them. That's impressive in itself too. He doesn't miss many.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb has 124. CeeDee Lamb has 124 targets for 79 receptions.
I had that up too. Was there someone else that was ahead of him?
And then Brock Bowers leads the league with 84, and then behind him is CeeDee Lamb with 79 receptions. So, Brock Bowers, everyone is still to this day talks about we should have got a quarterback, but the guy we picked, Brock Bowers, the tight end, and I remember draft day. Oh, we got another tight end. Okay, that was, to me, I was like, okay, that was random. We already got Mayer, but he's showing out and he's in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. So I don't know why people are upset. We're building pieces for whoever's going to start.
Anybody that knew him from watching his playtime in Georgia knew the type of talent we were getting. I had watched him in some games last year, and then after we picked him, I watched a lot of his cuts from games and everything, and I was like, this kid's gonna ball. If we can get him the ball, he's gonna have a super year, and he's going way beyond what I thought he would have done.
Well, Bowers is a top. What I see, I think it was a top 2, top 3 in the draft. When it comes to the draft, he was top 2 or 3 player. Period. Not quarterbacks. Not going. But when they ranked players, he was in the top, and I'm going to say 3. I don't remember what it was. I want to say 2, but maybe
a hell of a lot higher than 13. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, definitely. And when a generational player like this falls to you, this shows why Telesco did what he did, and you jump on something like this because he did it with Minshew, he did it with Ritter, he's doing it with O'Connell. He's had 3 different quarterbacks, and most of the time, as a rookie, you don't get numbers like this.
No.
When you're going with 3 different quarterbacks, everything being thrown at you, and he's showing why. And everyone going saying, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. It turned out the way it did. But this is the kind of player that you bring in to help your quarterback. Whoever it is, whether you draft later, you bring them in, whether it's O'Connell, whether it's Mitch, whatever it's going to be going into next year, this is the kind of player you want on the team to be able to help out your quarterback. Because this is even if it's a rookie quarterback, let's say we draft a quarterback, which I'm against, but let's say we do. This is the kind of player that will help a rookie quarterback get his feet under him and be able to succeed early on versus bringing him in and then having no weapons for him to, throw to, nobody to go to, all this.
Look at the damage he did when Devontae Adams was still there. So they weren't even throwing at Devontae like they were to this kid. So that's another thing right there, too. So you would have thought that once Devontae was gone, he wouldn't be as productive because everybody's going to go from keying on Devontae to keying on him. And they weren't. They just couldn't,
I think that's probably Myers going with Myers on that one because Myers, the whole time we had Devontae, Jacoby Myers outplayed Devontae.
Nope.
So,
Devontae was out there with the defense.
They had to focus on Myers, who's been, by the way, if I still remember correctly, to this day, he still has not dropped a single pass this season.
I like Jacoby Myers. I like him a lot. He's a baller. I mean, he goes out there every play and tries to do what he can to make the team better. Brock Bowers is lucky he wasn't in the era where the higher you got picked in the draft, or the sooner you got picked in the draft, the more money you made, because he potentially could have gone from like a second or third pick, but because it was such a heavy quarterback draft and so many teams needed quarterbacks, it pushed him back to 13. Think of the money he would have lost in that era. Now the contract's a little bit different for rookies, so he's still making out okay. But I mean, when he's there at number 13, because any quarterback that was available for us, we would have super reached at that point. Like I wanted Penix, but I thought we could have gotten him in the second round, but Atlanta blew that one on us.
I agree with you there. I said the same thing. Penix was second, maybe even third
round.
I
was on in the whole time. With possibly Bo Nix, and of course Denver takes him right before us. I'm willing to bet that if Nix was still there and Bowers, I think we probably would have taken Nix because we were in such a need for quarterback.
But I don't think anybody in the NFL expected Bo Nix to be playing as well as he is right now.
No, I know I didn't.
I know I didn't either. I had Bo Nix more like a third, fourth round kind of a pick, in there with going. But again, if we would have picked Bo Nix, do you think Bo Nix would have been playing this well?
Again, it depends. Like in our case, probably not, just because of who his coach is. He's in a perfect situation having Sean Payton as his head coach. If he would have come to us, we probably would have ruined the poor kid, to be honest with you. Based on how our season started with our OC and head coach and the whole situation, whoever was starting for us from the beginning of the season stood no chance with our system. Sean Payton will put in an offense geared towards that player. Look what he did with Drew Brees. Drew Brees had a phenomenal career. I mean, Drew Brees was awesome. And it's primarily, because of his talent and everything, but because Sean Payton knew how to use him right. So I think if Nix was with us, I don't think he wouldn't be putting up the numbers he is now.
Yeah, and
I agree with that.
We couldn't block for him.
And you're saying, we would have ruined him. I mean, look what happened to Minshew under Getsy. Minshew was a veteran in his fifth, sixth year, and after all the sacks, before he got injured, you could see Minshew. When you look in his eyes and have the camera to his face, he didn't look like Minshew when he was with the Colts last year. He looked like Minshew, like he was like he's like he has to watch his back as someone's going to kill him. You know, he had that I don't want to say scared look, but he just kind of had like that.
Huh? Jacksonville days as a rookie in the second year. Jacksonville is just what did I get myself into?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and you know, the line can't block. The running game on the Getsy, the line couldn't block. The running game could not take off. So yeah.
I mean, I think people were expecting when Minshew got here, they were going to see the same player that came in last year when Richardson got hurt. You know, that's what everybody was expecting, and that's what I thought too. But you got to remember, when he was in Indy, he had receivers, he had a running back in Jonathan Taylor, he had an offensive line that could protect him. You know, he came to a team that didn't have any of that. Yeah, it had Devontae Adams, but Devontae just hasn't been the same since Carr left. You know, even he had an okay year last year, but you know,
he was checked out.
Yeah. So I mean, once the season started and you saw how our offense was, you knew damn well that Minshew was not going to be the right guy for it. You know, couldn't protect him. Absolutely no running game. You know, Zamir White, like someone else said it before. He goes, he catfished us. You know, because everybody thought like, oh, you put on all this muscle weight and everything, he's going to be awesome as a running back. Dude, I don't think the kid's ankles work. If you watch him runs, he runs straight ahead. He doesn't he doesn't make a cut to the left or the right. He aims for where he's supposed to run and he doesn't move. You know, so he just runs right into the ass of an offensive lineman and he stops dead. You know, he doesn't make any cuts. The kid's horrible. You know, whereas you watch McCormick,
I think he's more of a power back. I think Zamir White is more that 1, 2, 3 yard kind of thing. When it's 3rd and 1, that's where you want Zamir White. You know, he's more that power, just like you said, straightforward. Yeah. I just need you to, get me that 1 or 2 yards. I kind of agree with that. I think he could succeed. I do agree with what Savage said. 3 episodes ago, whatever it goes. No, it was a little further. Anyways, when he broke down the offensive line and the offensive line did not know how to block because of Luke Getsy. You know, when he broke it down, they're sweeping one way and bringing everybody into the play and going, the offensive, and that falls on Getsy. And I think that's what hurt Zamir. I think Zamir White is that 3rd down back that when you need that short yardage, you can go to him.
Crockett?
Huh? Yeah, like Crockett.
That's Zach Crockett?
Yeah. And it's showing here. We thought we might have had it with Madison, but maybe McCormick is more that 1st and 2nd down back, at least what we saw in this last game.
He makes the plays happen. I mean, he's getting those extra yards that the other running backs aren't getting.
Oh, he found the holes. I mean, during the highlight, you saw not only did he find the holes, but I think AP explained it best during his press conference. Is he was making the first guy miss. The first guy who touched him didn't tackle him. He was making them miss and being able to gain those extra yards, like right there. Most of the time, that would have been a tackle right there. But he was able to make them miss and, again, find those holes. And, right there, good hole. And then he just plowed through the center. Yep. I think maybe, and this is, we're talking about next year in this going, could a McCormick and Zeus be the 1-2 punch? But maybe they just had him backwards. They wanted Zeus to be the premier back. If McCormick could keep this going, I'm assuming he's going to start since he got signed to the 53-man roster.
Yeah.
And everything. So we're going to see more of him. And AP even said he deserves more touches. So if he could prove himself here, now granted, Zeus did the same shit last year when Jacobs went down. But if you could show it here, do we actually have the 1-2 punch at running back? But did we just have it backwards? McCormick was dealing with injuries just like Zeus when he got drafted. That's why we haven't seen much of him going. But do we have the 1-2 punch with McCormick and Zeus?
Yeah. I mean, the thing with McCormick, too, is he bounces it to the outside. He didn't get that with the other runners, with our other running backs. He extends the play just by running it or breaking it to the outside. If there's nothing inside, like the couple of plays you just put up that you just showed, one of the last ones there, he cut it to the outside. He picked up like 8 yards on that for a 1st down. It's like we weren't getting that with the other running backs. You know,
Yeah.
Abdul is too old now. Well, not too old, but I mean, for running back years,
Yeah.
he's up there. He's
Oh, running back.
32,
No,
maybe 33.
he's old.
Yeah,
He's
you
old.
know.
Yeah, and the one thing that Sincere showed is he has that patience, and then when he finds that hole, he'll just burst through it. He'll cut through it. And that was one thing that, I mean, maybe outside of Madison, who had to find his way through this offense, outside of Madison, he was the only running back that showed it consistently in the game, Sincere McCormick in this last game against the Chiefs, that he can, be patient, find the hole, and then burst through it. And then, always falling forward. So, I mean,
well, and look at those averages. Bring up that stat again. He only played in 2 games, 5 carries, averaging 6.6 yards per carry. Then he gets 12 carries in this last game, averaging 5.3. A good running back, they say averaging 4+ yards is a good running back.
Yeah.
In the 2 chances he's had right here to try to prove himself, he's averaging even better than that. So if he can keep that kind of momentum going, and that's the key thing, keep that momentum going, and keep that average somewhere in the high 4s, low 5s.
Yep.
You might have your answer at tailback.
Yeah, I think a good sign of him going forward for the rest of the season is the fact that they signed him off the practice squad now, and I think he's there to stay. I don't see him going back on the practice squad after this week's game, because the last 2 games, as soon as the game was over and they were back home, they were putting him right back on the practice squad.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see him stick on the 53-man roster now.
And I think from what I read is that a team can only elevate them like 3 times in a season, but he showed in his from the practice squad, I guess, where if they bring him back again, they have to sign him to the active roster. But I mean, regardless if that's the rule or not, his last couple, the last 2 games he's played, he's shown at least, I'm carrying the ball, I'm making plays
the rest of the way.
Yeah,
no questions asked.
And he's done it against 2 good defenses. That's one thing that's been, it's not like the Broncos or Chiefs defenses are, bad against the run, whatever. He did it against top defenses. It's not even, and that's what I think is being missed here. Because, obviously, in the AFC West, we don't want to admit they got good defenses and shit, but they actually do. They're top, they're top defenses.
Broncos is 3 and Chiefs are 4.
Right there.
Yeah.
And he did, he's averaging good yardage there. And I think, really, especially in the Chiefs game, I think the offense just came together and showed that they could play against these top defenses. It's just we did not have the right people in the right places. And obviously the coaching. And as things are coming together, Philbin on the offensive line, Scott Turner, and I'm not even saying he's the answer, but obviously he's much better than Luke Getsy, because in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, the team did not look bad against 2 top defenses. The offense did not look bad, and we had a chance really in both games, especially the Chiefs game, but we had a chance to be not only in it, but win these games. And like you said earlier, we shot ourselves in the foot. And go ahead.
I see a difference in the O-line too, and which makes me ask the question: why did we wait until our bye week? I forget what number it was. Wait till our bye week to get rid of our offensive line coach and put Philbin in that position. Why did we wait that long? If you saw that the offensive line was struggling that early on in the season, why didn't we make that move sooner? Because that would have had a totally different effect going forward too earlier in the season. After the first 4 weeks, if you can't evaluate your line enough to say something's not working with the coach, let's see what we can do. Put the guy in a different position. You don't have to fire him. Put him doing something else. Try it with Philbin, because since Philbin's taken over, that offensive line has gotten better every week, and it shows because your running game's working. So now you're not getting defense is not stacking the box on you and forcing you to throw the ball. Because now that they know there's a running game involved, so now they can kind of relax a little bit. So you've got some room.
To answer your question there, though, I think part of it is the injury to Andre James. They paid Andre James to be the center. They gave him a 3-year contract and whatever amount of money. So they were sticking with him at center. The minute they put JPJ at center is when that offensive line started to show hints of being a power blocking line. Like Savage said, go to power blocking. And we can't do that with Andre James. I think the Andre James injury and then when JPJ took over showed the flaws in who was the offensive line coach?
Craig.
Craig.
So, showed the flaws in his game, in his coaching, and forced it. Not to mention he might have been tied in with Luke Getsy because it might have been Luke Getsy who brought him in. There's a lot of internal shit we don't know. But I think the injury right there has proven it. Me personally, I say, fuck it, eat the contract, cut Andre James, and keep JPJ as your center.
Yeah. Because JPJ, he's looking like, the old centers that we had, the Jim Ottos, the Mosbars.
Mosbar,
yeah. Even I'm not getting his name. Barry Robbins, just hopefully without the mental. So,
I know, because when I saw about him with his mental, as pissed off as he was about that play, he's got the right mental fortitude, the testicular fortitude we're looking for at center. I think you got your center now, and I think it's starting to show. Go ahead.
When a referee has to tell your center to don't be so aggressive in a game against Cleveland, then you got the right guy, especially the Raider attitude. You know the right guys in that position.
But the fact that the rest, and it wasn't just Cleveland, it was multiple games. They went back to AP and said, you need to tell him to calm down. You need to tell him to say, no. He's exactly the Raider way, the Raider mentality. I mean, I think you found your center. I think you eat the contract. You just deal with it. Admit you made the mistake with Andre James. Cut him. Let him go wherever. And I did like Parham at center, but I think JPJ is just so natural at center, and he's only going to get better the more he plays it.
Yeah. Parham's got to go. He annoys me every goddamn week. I see him every week, and I just get so pissed. It's like he just gets progressively worse. It pains me to watch the offensive line because I usually just like keying in on the offensive line because I'm a big fatty and that's what I played in high school and semi-pro. That's what I watch. So I see him and I just like he doesn't fire off the ball low, doesn't keep his center of gravity down. He stiffens up too much, like straight up, and then next thing you know, he's bent over half over backwards because he's got no leverage on the guy on the defense, and he gets owned half the time. I will give him credit on that pull in that game on Sunday because he got off quick and he got a good block in. Other than that, I can't say much about him. He drives me nuts. I don't know what it is, but I see him every time and I just go, ugh. Just make that cringe face.
My opinion is he's just playing the wrong position. I think Parham, you put
on the Raiders.
I think when he played center for us, he played well. I like him at center, but I like JPJ better though.
We don't need him.
If I had to choose between the two at center, I'm going with JPJ. But
the only saving grace with Parham right now is
go ahead.
Yeah, the only saving grace with Parham right now is he's between Glaze and JPJ. So he's got two strengths on either side of him. That's a bonus for us, because now he's got someone good on either side of him that can help him out when need be. Because Colt Miller's got the left side handled, and whoever's been in on the left side.
Colt Miller's on his way out. I'm ready to call him.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree. Next year's his last year on the contract. I say you trade him away for draft picks
this year.
Draft that leading up to the draft. Get what you can for him before you get nothing for him because he'll leave. Period. He'll be gone. Which is what most of us want anyway. I think.
Yeah,
because of the amount of money he's going to want, first of all, and he's lost the step. It looks like.
Well, I think
that shoulder
do it now.
Yeah, that shoulder injury is affecting him a lot, and I don't think he's recovered from it, and I don't know if he can recover from it. I think he's already hit his peak, and I agree with you. If you get something for him now, I don't care if it's a 7th rounder. Whatever you get for him now, take it and go ahead and draft or get somebody in free agency, somebody else to fill that left side either temporarily or hopefully long term, in the draft. But I think that shoulder injury and Colt. I mean, I was a big Colt Miller fan even when he was first drafted and going. And it took him a couple of years, and then he became dominant. I mean, I remember when Gruden drafted him, everyone was talking shit, and then everyone was like, Colt Miller, Colt Miller, Colt Miller. But that injury, I think, is just affecting him too much, and he's focusing too much on what's going on, and he keeps losing his feet, when blocking, and that's what's causing him to keep getting pushed back because I think he just can't get his hands up to where he needs to, and like you said, leverage, and he just being forced back by, even smaller guys. Can't even say bigger guys, but he's even being forced back by smaller guys.
Yeah. As a I played left tackle. If it's his left shoulder, he doesn't get that initial punch to at least, the whoever's rushing on the outside, get that initial push to, reposition himself. I don't know if that shoulder, when he tries to push, if that's where he feels the pain, but he doesn't get that initial punch to at least, get on him and then get in front of him. Because you see guys are just cutting through him to the point where he tries to push him out the way, but he ends up pushing him right into the quarterback. And that was the highlight during the X-screen that we showed where he pushed him right into O'Connell. And that's what you need as a left tackle. You need that initial punch on that outside arm, whether it's or right tackle, that right arm, left tackle, that left arm, to at least stand him up a little bit to get your body to reposition to try to control him. He don't have that initial punch, it looks like. And that right there is once you get beat past that shoulder, it's over. It's over. Unless you can try to ride him out, if the quarterback's already quick pass, stepping up the pocket, and you just go around the back end of the pocket. But if the quarterback's back there trying to, survey the field, you get beat off that shoulder, that's over. That's a backside. That's the quarterback getting hit from his blind side on that left side. So, and if O'Connell, I know he'll be the starter going forward this season, but let's just say the Raiders decide, okay, we're going to stick with O'Connell because he's looked good. Let's say O'Connell looks good for the rest of the season, and they stick with him. You need a left tackle that's going to be able to at least hold that guy for a couple seconds. Now, give me 2-3 seconds. Don't just have him, bum rush you where now you're over here trying to chase him and then boom, so.
Yep.
My offensive line
I had this up yesterday looking at free agents for tackles and such, and where are you? Left tackles specifically. I mean, there's some decent ones out there. You got Cam Robinson from Minnesota as an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. Garrett Bowles from Denver. He's 32 though.
But
Tyron Smith, he's a little bit older too. He's 33 from the Jets. I mean, there's still options out there. We've got the money to pull these guys in. I mean,
well, you could bring somebody in as a stopgap until you could draft the guy, his replacement, or even if you happen to draft him this year, you could have somebody in there for a year or two to help.
With them.
To help work with these rookies. I mean, we got lucky that JPJ and DJ Glaze coming in as rookies. Yeah. Granted, at first they struggled, but they're starting to come into their own. But we got lucky that they are as good of a players as they are to be able to handle that kind of, trial by fire kind of situation. When usually you want to give, especially when it comes to offensive line, a year or two time to learn and, slowly get put in this, that, and go. So, I mean, some of those guys we're talking about.
Yeah, these are two guys that are going to be staples on that front line for years to come now, too. JPJ, he's born a Raiders fan, basically. He wanted to play for us. He does not want to go anywhere else. He's the type of guy that will probably take a pay cut to stay with us. So he's going to be happy here as long as we're winning too, But I mean, you're not going to lose him because he wants to go make more money, and do all that. He wants to be for the Raiders, just like Max. Max wants to stay a Raider. He doesn't want to leave, Although, I mean, you want to get draft picks. There's the guy to get rid of to get some serious draft picks.
But I mean, it comes down to, like you said, the wins, though. I mean, Max Crosby, the way I see it right now, since you brought him up, we'll talk about him in this situation. Max Crosby will play out his contract that he has right now. I don't see him going anywhere to the end of his contract. Now, if we're in the same boat, what is it, 3 more years from now, 2, whatever he's got left?
I'm not sure.
2026 is his last season, I believe.
So we got, all right. So we got 2 more full seasons.
Well, if you're exactly where you are now, I could see him walking, but he's not going to be like Devontae Adams, whatever, asking for a trade, all this other shit. But at the same time, he's already got, 6 years in, so that'd be 8 years in. You know, I can see him going. Wins will, like you said, definitely, change that. But at the same time, if he's willing to stay, you don't go for the draft picks. I don't give a fuck what anybody says on this. I don't care if they offered us 4 number 1 picks. You don't trade somebody like Max Crosby because he is the heart of the team. It's
I agree. I'm just making an observation that if you're talking draft picks, that's the guy that's going to get you.
And you're right. You're right, because you're going to get at least a couple first-round draft picks, but you have to be able to replace that kind of
definitely
play, that kind of drive, that leadership, and that leadership alone. What he does, he doesn't only just talk the talk; he walks that walk. He's in there every day. He's in there early. He talks about Brock Bowers, damn near beating him in every day. He, when he talks about certain players, and that's the drive that you cannot.
Yep.
That's kind
he doesn't come off the field either.
No.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and he plays hurt most of the time. He's only missed 1 game. I mean, and that was it.
And it killed him to miss that 1 game. To the point he didn't travel with the team because he knew he would go out on that field. He just said, I ain't going because I'm going to be out there, But that's the kind of leadership that you can't replace. I don't care how many, and I agree with you. Somebody will offer up 3 first-round picks for him. I think, honestly, if you put him on saying it's open, somebody's going to offer you 3 first-round picks for Max Crosby. But the thing is, I don't think you could replace a person like Max Crosby over those 3 picks. All 3 players, I don't think, could equal the drive and everything that Max Crosby does for the team.
No, he's one of those rare guys that are just built different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're lucky we picked him when we did, too. I mean, think about it. I mean,
another 4th-round pick.
He's a steal at what we got him at. I mean, are you
4th round? 4th-round pick. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the biggest gripes he has was he was too small, couldn't get off the ball quick enough,
and he wasn't good on the run.
Yeah. And
now look at him now
every year since.
Yeah.
And if you look at him, he's not muscle bound. He doesn't appear to be like super strong type of guy, all bulked up and everything like some of these other defensive ends. It's just something within him that just does this. I mean, he's obviously increased his speed, and it's smartness too. I mean, he's a smart player, not.
No, exactly. He keeps talking about that 1%, and he finds that 1%. It's with the way he moves, with the way he does this. He looks at, he watches that tape and learns what he has to do. He can triple team and can still get to the quarterback. And I want to answer Jason's question there. My thing here, I've made it clear. I made it clear on this. I've made it clear to a lot of people. I'm going to say it here so nobody can say I didn't say it. I roundabouted shit. Me personally, with this draft, with our positions and everything else in this, I feel, and it's going to be unpopular. I know, Jeff, you might disagree with me on this. A lot of people will. I want to see what we have in Aidan O'Connell. I want to give him the start. I want to work on the offensive line, give O'Connell what he needs on the offensive line, and see what we have next year. Not no quarterback battles, not nothing like this. He is strictly the starter. We're going to give him the full year to see what he got. And if it doesn't work out, next year we could draft Arch Manning. I'd rather have Arch Manning over the 2 quarterbacks that they're talking about this year. I think O'Connell, we're Team Ramrod on this show.
Team Ramrod.
You know, Team Ramrod. And I think O'Connell has what it takes. He's done it for the 2 years he's been on the team with a lot less than other quarterbacks have on their team. And I think he shows what we have. I want to see what we have with O'Connell, hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts, and focus on the offensive line this year, whether it's draft, free agency, however we need to go. Best player available, however it goes, but stick with O'Connell. Give him the 1 year that he deserves with his play that he's done for the last 2 years or a year and 3 quarters, whatever it is. You know, I mean, he, as our title says, he outdueled Mahomes. He played better in this game than Mahomes did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know people talk about him as a statue, but his first year, he was told, stand there, be smart with the ball. I don't want you to do anything stupid. He wasn't told to be mobile. He wasn't told to do this. He did exactly what was told. He comes back from an injury. He had a game and
a half. No, I got a game in a 2 series, 3 series.
Whatever it was that he broke his thumb. You know, I mean, and a lot of people, us included, don't understand how Minshew beat him out. I feel O'Connell outplayed Minshew in the preseason.
I think that was a decision from upstairs because they're paying him the money. You know, it's like we want to get our money's worth. That's my take on that.
No, you can be. I think it was a Luke Getsy decision, honestly.
Yeah, because if you remember when he named Minshew the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, he said, yeah, me, Getsy, and Telesco, it was a group decision. We all decided. But when he went to go switch to O'Connell, he said, no, this is my decision. I decided that we should go with O'Connell. And I remember that when he went to go switch quarterbacks to O'Connell, that he made it clear that, no, I want Aidan O'Connell in to start. It's my decision. So that was one thing that I caught, like, okay, so maybe he wasn't really all for it because he said going into the offseason, whoever quarterback that we got, they have to beat out O'Connell. And one thing that Asylum had said in the beginning of the season was, well, maybe they're going to Minshew because the offensive line is still trying to figure itself out. And with Minshew, who was supposed to be more mobile, that he'll go and be able to avoid any kind of pressure that's coming to him and maybe run, or, you know, like what Minshew was advertised, like you said, Jeff, advertised by how he looked with the Colts. So that's what, I guess that's what Asylum said was probably what the thinking was. But it seemed like you can clearly see that AP wanted O'Connell because O'Connell was showing progress, even with Bo Hardigree calling plays, who's never called plays before, you know, in the NFL level. So
I mean, he had a handful of plays. Bo Hardigree had a handful of plays, and O'Connell, you know, ran with it and went, 5-4.
Yeah.
With Bo Hardigree. And
he had a good run down the rest of the season last year. He looked promising. You know,
and I agree. And I think if he would have got the start, the vote of confidence to start this season, we'd be in a different, you know, situation. I know everyone wants to look at only certain things, but they don't look. We showed highlights when he was with Purdue. In the highlight he just showed that Savage just put up, they say he can't run. But I see him moving around in the pocket and running when needs be. He could work on it, yes, but that's not his style of being a quarterback. His is moving around the pocket and getting the ball out quick, which he does better than Minshew. Yeah. Being accurate, which he's more accurate than Minshew. And being able to throw the deep
better
ball.
Arm too. Arm too.
Everybody who says he can't throw the deep ball, look at that 58-yard pass that he just did. And as Savage said earlier, he led Trey Tucker. It wasn't he had to stop. He got Trey Tucker in stride with that pass. Yeah. He has the arm to do it. So, I mean, I want to give O'Connell 100%. I want to know for sure. And I wanted to risk a full season next year, 2025 season, I'm willing to risk that season to see what we have with O'Connell. Because in my book, I think we have our franchise quarterback, and it's in O'Connell. He just has not been given the chance. He started off as a third stringer last year, got thrown in as a starter. This year, he got relegated to backup. He did everything right. And in the games that he has played, he has not looked bad. And he out-dueled in this game. And I'm willing to bet. I'm still willing to bet right here. I mean, it was in stride. But anyways, I'm willing to bet that thumb is not 100%, and he still out-dueled Mahomes.
Yeah. And he'll sit back there. He'll take that hit. He'll sit back there, and until that receiver's open, he'll sit back there and wait to throw that ball right before he gets hit. Because a lot of times in this game, he's got hit
a beautiful throw.
Right after, he's throwing that ball.
That was just perfect right there.
We just need more of those. We need an offensive coordinator who's willing to call more of that with the Trey Tucker. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if you heard me when you said what you said, Asylum, at first about keeping O'Connell. That was me clapping because I agree with you.
I saw that.
I agree with you 100%. I think if we grab either one of those two quarterbacks in the first round, being Sanders or Ward, I think we're going to have severe buyer's remorse next season. If you really look at the difference between those two specifically, Ward comes off as the better on paper, stat wise and such, comes off as the better player. You look at their rankings and their notes from people that are talking about them with the scouts and everything. Ward comes off better. One of the weak things one of the cons I'm seeing on Sanders now too is he can't throw the ball deep accurately past 40 yards. Within 20, he's got a quick release. The ball comes out fast. Anything beyond that, it's not as sharp. His ability to maneuver is so-so, they're saying too. His QB rating is like in the 70s. I agree. I think we should stick with AOC. He's already here. You already know what you got in him. You give him the right OC, a legit running back,
and an
offensive line. So my thought on the first pick that we have, you already know the Giants are going to go quarterback. So if they're picking ahead of us, they're going to take one of the two, and I'm sure they're going to probably take Ward. I can't imagine them taking Sanders. They're going to go with the safer bet out of the two. So that game against us in Jacksonville is going to be a very interesting game because whoever loses that game obviously is going to end up with the number one pick. So it could come down to we're both at 2 wins at that point, and then whoever loses gets top pick. Could we beat them? Oh, hell yeah, we could beat them. Will we? Probably, because they're going to be having Mac Jones is going to be starting for him because Lawrence just got put on the IR for the rest of the season. He's done. I guess he's going in for shoulder surgery now too. So he's done for the year. So you're not going to have Lawrence because
I would be. He had a concussion.
Yeah, and the concussion. So they would have had a better chance Jacksonville winning that game with Lawrence versus Mac Jones. So there's a good chance we are going to win that game. So we could possibly end with the second pick. It all depends on the Giants, what they do. We could end up dropping down to the third.
I'll go Colorado, and I'll take that Hunter kid. I'll take the Hunter kid from Colorado with the number one or number two.
And that's what I was thinking. But if Jacksonville was smart, if they're not going to sway from Lawrence, and they're definitely counting on him for next year, Hunter's going to probably go to Jacksonville. If he doesn't, then that's who I think we should take, either Hunter or the kid from Boise, the running back. I don't think we should grab either one of those two quarterbacks. That's my take on it.
No, I'm with you 100%. Let's see what
O'Connell has, because
we have a better chance.
If you're not going to take either one of those quarterbacks, move back in the draft for extra picks.
Yeah.
Move back to like pick number 8. Let someone else jump up to number 2 or 3, and they'll sell you the farm for that pick because now they know they're going to get who they want and who we want, because good chance they're still going to be there when we pick at, say, number 8 or 9 or 10. That's a big difference. And if we get another second round pick out of that,
Well, even
or
in
another
first round,
third. I'll take a
depending on
third.
how it goes, with the way Telesco navigated last year's draft, I got faith in him to turn around and get us the players that we need. Like you said, a running back or a cornerback or,
We need a
anything
wide
but a
receiver.
quarterback.
We definitely
You
need a
know,
wide receiver.
I
We
don't know. I
definitely need a
think,
wide
I mean,
receiver.
I think we can get somebody to develop. I mean, I could go with wide receiver, but I think with Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, maybe that third guy, to be able to go because, I don't know about Turner. I'm kind of have my ups and downs with him. He's had some bright spots, but he's also let me down a lot. So, getting a third guy, I don't know about wide receiver in the first round.
Well,
But
that's why I'm saying if we're not going to take Hunter or either one of those running backs, that's the response right there.
or even
your free
somebody
agent wide
like you said,
receivers, your free
I
agent
was
wide
saying,
receivers not looking that sharp either.
like you said, moving back and getting O-line help.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
get some of those top O-line, the O-line help and going. Because I think defense, I don't want to say set. We could always bring people in to help. But I think depending on what they do with Kuntz, I think Tyree's starting to show a little bit of what he can be. I'd like to see a little bit more. I consider this his rookie year because of his injury last year. But with Kuntz, Crosby, Wilkins, right.
Even Chasen.
Oh,
He's been
Chason.
getting back there. He's been getting back there. He's got back
older
there a
though.
couple times.
He's older though. He's like what is it? Jenkins, I think is in his 30s. And Chason's not quite there. I think he's like late 20s, but he's getting older. But no, still, even a Chason, I mean, Butler's been playing well. Jenkins has been playing well. We on the defense, a cornerback I think could help just because it's showing right now with injuries. We need a little bit of help there. But I think if you like Jeff said, trade back, get an extra pick or two out of it, get an offensive lineman at 10. Let's say 10. We trade with 10, whatever. Get an offensive line, do whatever we can, and stop focusing on the quarterback like everybody else wants. The two things I'm tired of hearing: fire AP and fucking draft the quarterback. We need to give AP a chance. I'm tired of this coaching carousel that we got going on. I've said it on the show for, I think since, since recently anyways. We need consistency at the head coaching position. And firing somebody and bringing in somebody new is not going to be the answer. You have to give Antonio Pierce at least another year, if not another 2 years, and let's see what we got there. Give him a chance to build his team and not a half McDaniels, half his, everything else going. Sean Payton, we can use that as an example right there. He's finally starting to be able to build his team, and look how well Denver's doing. And then the quarterback, I think our answer is O'Connell. I know it's unpopular. I'm surprised the chats ain't blown up on this one, going, because a lot of people are talking about tank, draft. We need a quarterback for this. We need a quarterback for that. We need somebody who can do this. But everyone is sleeping. I even sent Savage a article. Everyone's sleeping on O'Connell. O'Connell has done nothing since his football career, high school, college, and everything. He's done nothing but have to fight for his starting position and succeeded. Give the man a chance and see what he can do, because you know what? Relegating him to a backup quarterback and saying he's nothing better than a backup quarterback is bullshit. Nobody's actually they've got blinders on and only seeing what they want to see to justify their view on his play.
People also have to realize that, like, this past year was a heavy quarterback draft. O'Connell came out 1 year earlier than he could have. He could have stayed for another year and played last year at Purdue again. That if he would have come out in this year's draft, he would have easily been one of those top quarterbacks taken. in this
Oh,
current in
no,
this
you're
draft
right.
in 2024
It's been
yet.
said. It's been said if he would have come out this year, he would have been a first-round draft pick.
First round draft pick and probably in the top 10.
You know,
He would have already been going at an op pick at number 13.
There are teams right now waiting to hear that the Raiders are willing to trade O'Connell, and they're going to jump on O'Connell. And I don't want to see O'Connell go to another team.
I don't either. I like him.
You know, and show everybody, basically, we made the mistake. I don't want to make that mistake. I think we have it in O'Connell.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean,
yep.
And I'm not just trying to be a homer. I'm not being – this is what I see. Every time I see that kid play, yes, there's mistakes that you see going on. And go. But that's because he's been thrown to the fire. He hasn't had the, the coaching that he needs when it comes to, quarterback coach, offensive coordinators, constantly being, in a shuffle. He's had no consistency.
Yeah.
And he's going to be what? Now this is his, at the end of this year, 4th offensive coordinator.
Yeah. And that's the downside. There's no stability on his, on the coaching end for sure. As far as the coach goes, I'm still 50-50 on this. I think the only way I would be okay with a coach change, and I know you're probably not going to like this, Asylum, is if Vrabel came in.
Oh, you didn't you did not say Deion Sanders, so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I don't want Sanders. That's the last thing I want. No, because if that means if he's coming as our head coach, that means we also draft Shador, and I don't want either one of them. So I would take Vrabel as long as he brings 2 other people in as OC and DC, and the OC would be Dayball, because he's getting fired by the Giants this year. Dayball as your OC, Saleh as your DC. And the reason I'm so for Dayball is you got to remember when Dayball, first of all, look what he did in Buffalo with Josh Allen before he went to the Giants. And prior to that, he was the tight ends coach in New England. And who was there at that time? Gronk. Who do we have? The best tight end in the game right now. So just think of what he could do to make this kid even better than what Gronk was. Because, I mean, as much as I hate anything to do with the Patriots in New England, living 30 miles away from that goddamn stadium in that direction, is the fact that, this is what this guy can do for this kid. I've seen what, Gronk turned into when he first came into the league and how they molded him to what he was, And to think they had a 2 tight end punch also. They had Hernandez and they had him, Gronk. What do we have? We have Bowers and we have Mayer. So we've got that 1-2 punch also. So just think of what this team could be. And I think AOC is probably closer to putting them in that position with the right OC. And I think that's the way this team should be going. If that's the only way. If that's the only way that AP is going, is if Vrabel comes in.
I do have a
I don't want to
question.
hear Belichick. I don't want to hear Sanders. I don't want to hear any other head coach. I want to hear Vrabel. If I hear Vrabel, I'm all on board. I'm not going to leave if someone else coaches the team. I'm not. I've been a fan since 1976. I ain't fucking going anywhere. I got a tattoo.
I do have a question
anywhere.
on your picks there. Nothing against OC, nothing against about head coach. But why Saleh over Patrick Graham? You think Patrick Graham's going somewhere else?
I just think Saleh is such a much better defensive-minded coach. I just do, because he's aggressive, and I just find him more. There's a good chance Graham could be going in for head coach somewhere else now too. I mean, he's already been in the talks about it beforehand. And I know it's going to seem like it's the same situation we're in right now, where we've got a head coach and then all these former head coaches on the roster, on the coaching staff now too. Because that's what it looks. I mean, how many former head coaches have we got now? We've got like
4 or 5,
three former head coaches. You got Philbin, you got Marvin Lewis, and you got Turner.
Yeah.
And I think I'm missing one.
Well, he has a Coughlin in his ear, but not part of the organization.
He was an advisor for him. So right now he's got 3 former NFL head coaches on this roster. I
think you're right. I think there's a 4th. Who the fuck are we missing?
I keep thinking there is 2.
I think there's a 4th. No. It's consultant. He's consultant. We're thinking of
that's what he just said. Coughlin.
Yeah. I said Coughlin's in his ear, but he's not really on the staff. Yeah.
And Rob Lyon's gonna go too. He's another one. He's gonna go. I'd never liked him. And this is his second go around with us.
Yeah, I just think if they do have a coaching change, everything's going to change. I don't necessarily see Patrick Graham staying with the Raiders if it's a new coaching. If there's going to be a new head coach coming
And
in,
that's why. I mean,
yeah.
you got to think about it. A new head coach comes in, they're going to want their guys anyway. So the coach is going to want who he wants. So, and I'm sure it's probably not going to be Patrick Graham if it's Vrabel. Vrabel's not going to want that. He had success in Tennessee. And that's why people are like, oh, it's just another former Patriot thing. Another Patriot way guy. Not really in a way, because he's already going on to be a head coach somewhere else and had success with his own way of doing things. Now you bring him here, that's different. Whereas Josh McDaniels went to Denver, failed miserably, went back to New England again, came to us, failed just as miserably, if probably not worse, with I think better talent.
And almost the same way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You send out, you trade away. Well, he traded away Cutler. Carr, he just let he shut him out from the facility. And then he pissed off the receiver.
Yeah, you look at what McDaniels took over, what that roster looked like, what that team was at that moment when he took over, and that was a playoff contention team. That was a good team. What he took over, and I've said this before, from the day that they hired McDaniels, that automatically right there set us back 5 years, right there, 5 years setback, because you knew he was going to come in and make so many changes. Now here we are now at this current moment, we're 2.5 years into that 5-year setback, and where are we? We're still trying to build something to turn it around. We're still 2.5 years away from even thinking about being a playoff team. Like a legit playoff team. There's always a chance next year with the right pieces we could be. I get it. But to be built in that time frame, it's still going to take about another 2 years before we're in that position. So my 5-year plan is on track right now that I said when they hired him. So I'm right on the money so far. The coach made it for a year and a half, barely. Now we're on a full year of AP as the head coach, and it ain't getting any better. Our record's not showing it.
There was
go ahead. Sorry, Savage. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there was. I keep seeing this comment. I'm not gonna say who keeps putting it in the other shows that I've watched. But he keeps asking the question: how come we're not all up in arms trying to say fire AP, like what we did with McDaniels? How come we don't have that same energy? And I'm just like, it's too different. It's apples and oranges. You can't really. It's not the same thing. I had said in the previous show, which was last Wednesday, I had said because one had experience, and then coming from an organization that was on top for nearly 2 decades, and the other one we all knew he's a rookie head coach, so we all knew that coming in, and my thing was, he's going to make mistakes. He's a rookie head coach. He was only a year and a half into his NFL coaching career when he was, interim head coach. What is your take on that question? I just think it's not an intelligent question, but I kept seeing it, so I wanted to ask. This person, they have their own, whatever. I'm gonna leave it at that. But what is your take on that question? How come we don't have the same fire AP like we did with McDaniels?
For me, it's the fact that I hated McDaniels from the time he was hired. It was a horrible move.
Yeah,
but I think everybody wanted him gone just because of the way he just handled the team. The way he did Carr dirty. That pissed a shit ton of people off right there. The way that he handled that situation, and the players just did not want to play for him. So when you're a fan of a team and you hear that your favorite player doesn't even want to be here right now because they can't stand the coach, then guess what? I don't want to see that player leave. I don't want to lose that guy because we all love him. I just bought his jersey last week. I sure as hell don't want him leaving the team. I just spent money on the damn thing. This coach sucks. Nobody likes him. He failed in Denver. He's failing here. Time to say sayonara. Whereas with AP, like you said, he's a rookie head coach. This is his first full season. He's gonna have bumps and bruises and hiccups along the way. I get it, but now you've got new ownership. So people are still on that fence. Like it's split. There's no two ways about it. It's split. Whereas with McDaniels, it was all this way to fire him. Here it's 50-50. You people that want him to stay, give him another chance, and then you get the people that are saying, let's can him, but we need a new head coach. I'm all in favor of parting ways with him if the plan is to go in a certain direction. If it's not, I don't want anybody else. Stick with AP now. So I'm still in that fit. I don't know which side I really want to go. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I mean, yeah, the situation is two totally drastic situations between McDaniels and AP. Nobody hates AP.
Yeah,
everybody hated McDaniels.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll add to that. I'll add to what you're saying. There is look at it now versus where we were with McDaniels. You think McDaniels at 2-9 could have the team playing like they did against the Chiefs? Okay,
Absolutely
this team
not.
proved they're not giving up. The record may show one thing, but this team has not given up. And that starts with your head coach. That starts with the head coach. AP's got this team believing in him, believing in his, his philosophy, everything else, and damn near, I'm not going to say dethroned because we can't say we dethroned, but, people call it's going to be our Super Bowl if we win. Yeah, okay, call it our Super Bowl. But if it was McDaniels, players were giving up on McDaniels and they're not giving up on AP. That, to me, says a lot about your head coach.
Yeah.
The only good thing to come out of McDaniels when he was our head coach is that we beat the Patriots twice in Vegas.
Yeah.
And one of them was on the most ridiculous play I've ever seen in my life.
Hey,
I loved every minute of it.
Yeah. That got us Myers.
Yeah. And I was happy with that. When he made that move, I was happy for that because I know what Maya's done. I know what he did here in New England, and I knew how good he was. So when we grabbed him, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. We got him, and we're going to have AD at the same time, DA at the same time. Oh, we're going to be set. Who would have known that, they were going to do Carr dirty like that and bring in Jimmy Garoppolo, Mr. Injury Prone? Come on. People are like, oh, he was so good in San Fran. Yeah, because he had a number one defense. He didn't have to score 24 points, 30 points a game. The defense would score a touchdown or two. He'd only have to put up for like 1 or 2 touchdowns. He didn't have a great career there, stat-wise.
No, they had a defense and a running game.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Jimmy Garoppolo. Give me a break. He has a career backup. He had a few good years in San Fran. That was because of the defense.
Yeah, and it also goes like
third choice, if you remember correctly. He wanted Brady, couldn't get Brady. Then he asked Carr to come back, and Carr said, fuck you, which I don't blame him on saying that. So we settled for, G Street Jimmy.
Who does rehab at the Bunny Ranch.
I do have to go. I got a show starting in like 15 minutes. So,
well, we appreciate you coming on. We've been trying this for a little while. We've been trying this for a while. We appreciate you coming on.
Oh, no problem. I thought you were mad at me still.
For what?
Well, when we were on Captain's show and we were talking about Rugs, and we had that little argument, and it seemed like because I'm like, then I reach out to you and I never hear from you, and I'm like, this motherfucker's still mad at me.
I never said no. Reaching out, I never until the friend request that you just said. I had got nothing from you.
Yeah, I sent you stuff on Instagram, everything. I'm like, wow.
I'm hardly on Instagram. I'm hardly on Instagram. That's why I'm hardly on Instagram. So no, I love being on with you, with Captain here. You're always welcome on the show. Like I said, when Captain said he's going to bring somebody on, but you because you were on for so long. I made Captain bring you on with me. I said, no, I'll come on.
I haven't been on his show much. I got on Sunday, I think it was, and that's the first time I've been on in a while. No, because no one was jumping on. I'd be in there watching a show, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll go in. And I was just like constantly on, and I think he was getting tired of it. So I'm like, okay, I'll stop.
No, you got that on my side there, Jeff.
Then the night of the double live stream.
Oh yeah, the live stream that happened twice.
Oh my god, that still cracks me up.
Yeah, we considered because Asylum said he met him at the airport. He goes, "Oh yeah, I know a Chiefs fan." And after seeing him on Captain, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that we didn't reach out.
Not a good move.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, sometimes the best moves are the ones you don't make.
Yep,
it's not.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, so we appreciate you coming on because I kept telling Asylum, I said, get him on. So we appreciate you jumping on. And yeah, whenever you want to come on, you know, let us know. And like we did right now, we'll throw you right back in, just like we did. Throw you right into the game.
We'll find it
so.
Than his anyway, so I'm the good looking one out of them.
Yeah, I don't have that. I have the short beard. I don't have the beard like that yet.
But I
got the gray. It's coming.
This is gone.
Yeah, I shaved the beard off about 2 months ago and went with this instead. So I'm like, I like this better. Looks better. All right, gentlemen, you have a good night. Good show. I'll see you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, that was. Hold on, let me do this. All right, that was Jeff. He's also in enemy territory. Well, I mean, it's not really. They're not good anymore, the Patriots, but he's also in enemy territory out there. Not too far.
It's enemy territory. That's also enemy territory.
Yeah. We have their quarterback as part owner of our organization, so. Yeah.
It's still enemy. It's still enemy. Fuck it. It's still enemy.
It's still enemy. All right, Asylum. Now, talking about, what happened in this game, you have some plays. Some insane plays.
I do.
Are you ready?
You got it?
Oh, wait. Hold on. There you go. He heard.
I'll say for you, fuck the Pats.
He's in enemy territory. Want to make sure that you heard how he feels. All right, so you have insane plays to show. It was a good game until the end, but it was a good game. So you got some plays, right?
No, we have some things to be positive about. I know we haven't done a lot of insane plays this season, but it's the way the season crumbles sometimes. But lately, they've been showing some poise, some pride in their play, so that's why it's been coming back.
All right. Well, are you ready?
You want me to do it? You got it.
No, I got it. I want to make sure you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go for Asylum's Insane Playmakers.
Asylum's Insane Playmakers.
Okay, we're going to start off with the defense as a whole. Even though it says defense up front, the defense showed up in this game. Everyone expected this game to be a fucking blowout, especially in Arrowhead. And this defense did nothing but shut Mahomes down. I believe it was 5 sacks on Mahomes this whole fucking game. When we needed stops late in the game, they got stops. Mahomes was frustrated. Mahomes didn't know what the fuck to do. Mahomes was just plain old pissed off. And when it comes to pissing off Mahomes, the defense and Max Crosby knows what they're doing. Right there, you see, it was a whole team sack. I hope every single one of those guys got credited with the sack right there because they all deserved it. The defense came to play in this game, and the defense alone kept us in this game 100%.
Yeah, I mean that picture right there. When you have Chase on, Spillane, Crosby, even Morrig was in there. Like the whole defense was out there corralling him in the backfield.
And you got the secret guy right there, right behind all that shit, who we don't even know who the fuck that was. I bet you it was Butler.
Yeah, they all wanted to go in there and, wish him, I guess, happy Thanksgiving. I guess right there. I don't know. Get ready
They
for the
wanted
next
to
one.
give him a turkey leg, but it wasn't the turkey leg he was expecting.
Yeah, they're like all trying to jump on like he is the turkey. I want the leg. I want the wing. I want the. All right, next one. Here we go.
All right. I mean, how do we not put Brock Bowers? I mean, he could technically be on every insane play this season. As we talked about, you know, he's leading the NFL in receptions. He's leading tight ends in yards. He's number one in every stat that you want, breaking records. And he came out this game, I believe it was 10 catches for 140 yards. I mean, this boy is balling. He's doing what needs to be done. Yards after the catch. He's starting to get into the end zone, which we've been needing to see done. Look, even as running back right here, got the first down right there. And I know there's a play coming up. It's got, no, not yet. Okay, we're going to replay this one here. I mean, look at that. How many people, as a rookie, going? I mean, he had a sideline catch where, as rookies, they have, you know, it's here we go. Here's his touchdown. His one-handed catch. I mean, right there. I mean, come on, that was defensive pass interference, and he still catches that shit right there. One-handed, brings it in. He toe tap on another one on the sideline. I mean, and they say rookies coming into that NFL, coming from college, has problems with that. Why? Because all they got to do is get 1 foot in, and here he's got the wherewithal to be able to get both toes down while fucking catching the ball. Brock Bowers is, I swear to God, at this rate, the MVP of the Raiders. Let's move forward. Oh, go ahead.
For a rookie, and like you said, all the quarterbacks that he had to deal with, two offensive coordinators that he's been playing on now so far in his rookie year, putting up numbers like he's doing, being the top of the league in receptions, and that's over receivers. That's insane right there, man. That's insane right there.
Receivers, running backs. I mean, there's a bunch of people who could be beating him right now. I mean, in my book, maybe this makes me a homer, but in my book, offensive rookie of the year, right there with shit like that. You're seeing that. Look at that. He caught that ball by the end of the ball, brings it in. There's your offensive rookie player of the year, right there.
Sorry, I had to bring it back.
Hey, it's okay. It's
not trying to be a homer, but you know.
All right. I mean, can anybody argue it? I know we got a couple of quarterbacks going, but they're not. Both quarterbacks that could possibly beat him in this are not even in the. I think they're only top 5. No, they're not even in the top 5. One is 9th, and I think one is 5th. So one's in the top 5 or top 4, whatever it is. And here we got the best fucking offensive rookie. I'm sorry. Here's your offensive rookie of the year, hands down, Brock Bowers.
Aren't you kind of glad that we took him with the number 13 pick? Thank you, Atlanta Falcons.
And thank you, Tom Telesco.
Thank you very much. Best player available, like Jason Down said, best player available. You know. So here we go. Next one or last one, right here.
And of course, we're gonna go. I'm putting Aidan O'Connell in this. He comes back off the high arm and just balls out. Like I said, I don't even think that thumb's 100%. And here he's fucking throwing the ball like he's dropped the pins on it. I'm going to say he's dropped the pins on it right here. I mean, he's playing the out-duels Mahomes, who there's people calling him the GOAT already, yada, 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 jerky, whatever you want to call it. Here we go, O'Connell rolling out, making throws, making plays. I mean, and even coming down that 2-minute drill, other than the last play, and we're going to take that away. Other than that last play, I mean, look at it. We got no wheels. That's a first down in my book. Too bad it came back on a fucking holding penalty. But, I mean, that boy could do what needs to be done. Deep ball here. Accuracy. I mean, come on. That's a beautiful fucking play right there. Him and Trey Tucker got this connection. And it's just, he came out and he had a little rust early in the game. I'll admit it. He shook that off. And I don't think there's any spotlight that's too big for him. O'Connell, I think, is MVP of this game right here with his play and can only get better from here. Keep him, give him his fucking year, and let's see what we can do with Team Ramrod.
Team Ramrod. Where is it at? Team Ramrod. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, you know, everyone when you saw that deep pass he did to Tucker on that last play, everyone kept saying shades of Stabler and Branch, which I can see it. But you know, after that run, when he ran to the left and he got that first down, that was called back on a holding by Miller, which is the same kind of play you see that Max Crosby has to defend when he's trying to rush the passer. They don't throw a flag on that, but that's how they say neither here nor there, whatever. But the way he runs, he kind of looked like, to me, he kind of almost resembled Jim Plunkett. You know, it's kind of a little stumbling, bumbling, but he gets that first down, you know.
He gets the yards that you needed, right? I mean,
yeah,
so you don't need to be pretty. It just needs to be effective. And with Aidan O'Connell in this game, you cannot say he was not effective in this game.
Yeah. And, I mean, hey, you got Stabler's number and you play like Jim Plunkett, I'll take that.
I'll take that all day long.
I'll take that all day long. Now, if he can give me 3 rings, Stabler in 76, and then Plunkett 80 and 83, I'll take that too. Let's go. Something new dynasty here. Yeah, so let me see 3 Super Bowls in my lifetime. I only saw 1, and that was a loss to the team we're about to play coming up this Sunday. But let's not bring that up.
We'll talk about that on Friday.
We'll talk about that on Friday. But there you go. Asylum's insane plays right there.
Asylum's insane playmakers.
Now,
I love that fucking picture of Alzado on the side.
Well, now, you know, talking about that last play, I know we gotta talk about it.
Really?
So we gotta. I mean, it's the big news, and you know, everyone believes that the NFL is for the Chiefs, but let's just go into the what happened in that play with where is it at? With our next segment. Do I not have it up here? I'm looking for the refs.
You don't have it up here.
Oh God. All right. Hold on. You know, I am trained in this. Okay. We just gotta go into Cage Match videos.
I can play this one right here just because this is bullshit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everything that guy just says bullshit. Thank you.
I think that was more fitting right there.
Yeah. You know what? I don't see it on here. I
don't see it either.
Organized. So let's just go into it, Kay. It is what it is. Let's just go into it. Basically, what you just did right there with Joe Pesci.
Everything he said is bullshit.
Here we go. Is what we're about to go and see. Let's go here. And then let's go here. Now, we all remember last play of the game. O'Connell, ball was snapped, bounced off his shoulder pad or, you know, chest, whatever. Ball goes, you know, falls down, you know, and Chiefs recover it. A lot of confusion going on. Now, we were all saying, we said it during the X screen, we all kept saying, oh, well, maybe it was going to be a false start because no one was set. So,
that rep from top of the screen, he came running in with false start, blowing the whistle. So, yeah. I mean,
shades of it was like a reverse Bengal.
Hey, but we heard this whistle.
Yeah.
Like you said, reverse. And to be honest with you, if who was that, Parham or whoever it was, didn't kick the ball, O'Connell might have been able to fall on it.
Well, I think when everyone kind of saw the ball was snapped, I think that was Glaze who stepped back and then the ball bounced back. I think. Well, here goes the call again. Oh, I guess I didn't put the sound on. Well, he says illegal shift on the offense. Ball recovered by Kansas City.
No. He said illegal shift on the offense. Penalties declined.
No dead ball foul.
Yeah, the penalty was declined, and since the Chiefs fell on the ball, it's Chiefs ball.
Yeah, and you saw JPJ because he was the one that snapped the ball. He was mad, one, for that call, and two, he was upset that, this was probably my fault. JPJ took accountability, but like we said earlier, AOC said, no, it was me. I clapped. Parham saw that I clapped, let him know, so everybody else did their job like they were supposed to, but it was on me. That's what O'Connell said. Now, one of the writers, Vic Tafer.
We'll just make this quick. We're just quick and over with. That's how that should have ended right there. Refs shouldn't even be involved. He should have tripped over his fucking cleats and swallowed his fucking whistle.
Now, going to what Anna said right here. This is what Vic Tafer went, and he asked the NFL, and Vic Tafer is one of the writers who covers the Raiders. This is what the NFL told him. Had the clock been running at the snap, then by rule an illegal shift would convert to a false start. Since the clock was stopped, spiked on the second down play, an illegal shift is a live ball foul. Now, I've never heard of that. Okay, so if the clock is not running, then we can change it to an illegal shift. Now, if the clock was running, we can say, "Oh no, that is a false start." I've never heard of it like that. What is your take on that, Asylum?
It sounds like another tuck rule. Yeah, I'm telling you, it sounds like a tuck rule. They're making up the rules as we fucking play the game. Because I can swear, if we go back in history, let's see how many other times something like that has happened and it's been called a false start.
Yeah.
To me, this is a tuck rule. This is another rule that is obscure. Nobody's heard of. Nobody knows this shit, but because it happens to the Raiders, we're going to know all about it. It'll last about 5 to 7 years, and then all of a sudden be taken out of the rule book.
It's just one of those things where when the game, especially a Chiefs game, ends with a referee basically deciding who's going to win or lose this game, and how the Chiefs season has been going on this year, it just kind of looks a little suspicious. And I know we don't have anything specific.
The holding calls that don't get called, the false starts that don't get called, the pass interference that don't get called, and don't think I'm just talking about Raiders games. We could bring up the Chiefs should be about 500 right now, but they've had calls go their way every goddamn time. And the false start thing, I'm talking about that right fucking tackle who moves early every goddamn play. He can't line up right. I'm calling that one finally. But when he does line up right, he fucking moves early and it doesn't get called. And the blatant holding, and I'm going to fucking call it for what it is. I'll call it a spade here. The blatant holding that offensive line does in front of every goddamn ref in the NFL that does not get called. Not just Max Crosby, but we can go back game after game after game on blatant holds that don't get called. And you can't tell me this shit is not in favor of the goddamn Chiefs to try to fucking three-peat.
Yeah, and everyone's saying that the NFL is kind of like the WWE because
it's scripted.
So we look at it. Well, I mean, I know it's 1:59, but we can do like a couple minutes. Let's just do it because it's been a while.
We go over all the time.
Let's just do it because it's been a while. Here we go. Goodell, Goodell, he's probably, like you said, it's just weird how the Chiefs are somehow skating by every game. The one game they did lose was against to the Bills. So you can't really, I guess you can't really cheat that game. You got to make it look like, oh no, we're not cheating.
They got to lose at least one game in the season, right?
Yeah. So
and the one game that they lost, Kansas City fans are talking about, oh, that was a bullshit, all this other things because the ref calls didn't go their way.
I mean, it just, like I said, it just looks weird. It looks.
I like Anna's comment right there. As long as that bimbo is still screwing Kelsey, I'm gonna ad lib on this one. As long as that bimbo is still fucking Kelsey, the Queefs are going to keep winning.
I mean, I was watching TV the other day, and I noticed, and I heard that they were making it, and it was coming out soon, whatever. But I came across, because I got YouTube TV, so it just shows everything, and it was showing whether it was Hallmark or Lifetime, but they have a movie.
Oh,
it's no. It's a movie. It's a Lifetime movie or Hallmark, whatever, and it's about. It's a real movie, and it's based on the Chiefs. It's like about a tight end, a star tight end who finds love with a singer with a pop singer who just can't find love, and they meet each other, and I thought it was going to be a movie that's kind of based, like the story is based on their story, but it'd be like some made up team, like any given Sunday it was the Sharks or something like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But they were able to use the Chiefs logo and the Chiefs, like they, and I'm all like, this is the most stupidest thing. Like, we're really glorifying Travis Kelce, him having temper tantrums on the sideline, yelling at his coach in his ear during the Super Bowl, and Taylor Swift, because she's the $1 billion singer now, and she's up there dancing, she's not even in the same room anymore with Britney, probably because Britney, will Kermit make a cameo? Yeah, probably in the next movie when the Muppets take over the Chiefs. I don't know. So
no, apparently they're not in the same room because of their political beliefs and who they wanted for president.
Oh, see, you
don't agree with me, so you're wrong, and I'm going to have my way, and everybody's going to follow me, and I'm taking my football with me, God damn it.
Because I'm Taylor Swift. And also we showed it earlier, like before the season, how they based a lot of the Chiefs games around her schedule, or her concert schedule, her tour schedule. And they wanted to make sure that she was able to be at every home game in the beginning of that season.
It was like all but one, if I remember correctly. It was like all but one.
Yeah, it was like all but one, and it's just the NFL is catering to the Chiefs. Yeah, because they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, 5 years,
something like that. I think it's 4 years, something like 3 and 4 years.
They have
bullshit. Now they're talking about three-peat.
Yeah, they're trying to three-peat. I mean, it's just and like you see, like the different ways the Chiefs are able to skate on by. I mean, Mahomes' numbers right now are not that great. He has, I believe, a little bit more interceptions and touchdowns. Almost look like Minshew's Minshew stats this year. So it's just stupid. And then I know we were kind of debating on bringing it up, but now they want to go and glorify a felon who's a fan. I know everyone saw the commercials on Prime during the Raider game where they were glorifying the fan and what he had to do to get to the to get a season tickets. And this is just, I don't know. It's like they're pushing the chief movement, like Kelsey, like Kelsey to almost to Britney Spears, like Kelsey to Taylor Swift. They're trying to shove it down our throats. Okay, so
hey, hold on. This sounds like a whole different kind of movie. And I don't know.
I'm here. Coming. Oh wait, wrong voice.
Coming to a movie here near you. A new movie starring Kermit the Frog as Pat Mahomes called
I'm here.
Stupid. This is the NFL trying to push that narrative on us that the Chiefs are going to be the best team. What I don't know. And it happens to be in our division. Of course, it has to be in our division.
Of course.
So
they're trying to make the Chiefs better than the Patriots. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to push right now.
Well, it's like they're trying to like they're trying to carry the torch. And maybe that is why. The NFL and the owners were kind of hesitant on having Tom Brady go to the Raiders as a part owner, not because of his broadcasting, whatever. Even you said I can see Tom Brady leaving the broadcast booth and then coming to the Raiders. No, that wasn't. That was Homer. He kept saying Homer. I thought you was Homer. Coming to the Raiders and being and having more say so in the organization. Maybe they didn't want that to happen. They didn't want the Raiders. And I know they say the NFL was good when the Raiders are relevant, but just like this game with some fans, we wanted the Raiders to look good, but just don't win. We want the Raiders to look good, but just not win the big one. Just be there.
This game then.
Yeah.
Like and we looked good, but we just couldn't win.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where you're like, what's really going on?
I want to make it hurt just a little bit.
It's just one of those things that it's hard to ignore, and you don't hear the NFL really coming out and saying, no, okay, the referees, they're wrong. We're going to do this. We're going to do that to kind of show that, no, this is a league with integrity. It's just like the picture that we always put up when we make fun of Goodell. He controls, it's right here. He controls everything.
And that's a picture he was doing at that time.
Yeah.
Now you can just change the 12 to 15, and it's still the same picture.
He broke off the strings, and now he joined the dark side. That's what's going on here. And Goodell probably didn't like it. Oh no, he's a great guy. He's had a great career when he was playing with the Patriots and on the Buccaneers, and we really appreciate that he wants to continue his NFL career as a part owner of a franchise.
Fucking Buccaneers.
I mean, and I'm not saying that I was all for, okay, Tom Brady, come to the Raiders, because I'm still bitter over the fumble that was January 19, 2022. But I'm sorry, 2002, not 22, 2002. But yeah, I don't know.
It was a fumble.
And like I've been watching WWE lately, and you had, the bloodline, and then you have the new bloodline, and they're right now about to fight. I don't know if it happened yet, but they're about to fight, So now you got the old bloodline.
They just did like on Sunday or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay, I missed that one. I saw the build-up. So right now we're watching the build-up. We'll see what happens, Because Andy Reid... Huh?
I said I can tell you who won.
Was it the old or the new?
The old.
Oh, Roman Reigns and all them, huh?
Yep.
See? I mean, Andy Reid is not going to be coaching forever. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to end his career on a three-peat and then call it a career.
Okay, I can say this with if mighty big if. I mean, we're talking about like beyond capital IF. He three-peats. I don't think Andy Reid comes back.
I can see him walking away. Like I got 3 rings. I got 4 total. I got 3 in a row. I got 4 total. Let me call it quits and because they were talking about him retiring last year after their last Super Bowl win. Unfortunately, in our home, but after that, and I know Harbaugh's back, but Harbaugh's up there too. Now he's not up there, but how many years does he have as coach? Not saying we got a window because all the other coaches are a little up there, but we got to make sure our organization is set and on good foundation.
We're young. We're putting players in places. We're getting the things. Again, we made it clear on what we want, what we hope for. As long as we don't do the coaching carousel, and I know what Jeff said, and I agree with it to an extent, but in my book, I don't even want Vrabel. Stick with what we got. Let's go with where we're going. Let's build this from the ground up, which we started, and we're not. I'm not saying we're a player or 2 away, but we're not that far off. A couple of key players in the right spots, and we can become a dominant team and maybe be the ones to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West after the Bills do it in the playoffs.
Yes. Somebody, I don't care who it is, just knock him out the playoffs. I don't want to see
Steelers.
Yeah. I don't want to see. Another Chiefs
in the playoffs again. I mean, in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm done. I'm done. Because I'm tired of not being able to enjoy the Super Bowl because there's teams in there that I hate, like last year.
Yeah, hey, I'm tired of rooting for lightning strikes and not getting them. Okay, and I made it clear. I've been rooting for lightning strikes for the longest time.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
And look, this comes from a motherfucker who's wearing a foil hat, who is to stand in the middle of a lightning strike, most likely to get hit. And I'm still going to root for the lightning strike.
Hey, just make sure you got a light bulb in your mouth so it can, like Fester.
I like Fester.
Yeah.
Uncle Fester.
I got an idea. So. All right. Well, so, I mean, it's just fishy. And of course, the Raiders are always at the end, at the wrong end of one of those controversial plays that end the game. So we just have to put our Goodell hats.
That way, though.
Always that way. Well, you know what? They just shut us down on YouTube. So,
because Goodell can't do it every time.
Can't do it every time. We break the rules over here. That is the commish files right here. All right, we're 13 minutes over. Let's end this show right now. All right. Asylum, any last words?
No, I mean, all I can say is I know I've been unpopular this whole show, and I'm going to continue to be unpopular. Let's go beat those fake Pirates. Let's get this W. Yeah. And Team Ramrod, let Aidan O'Connell eat so he can prove that he deserves it next year and show everybody that we've been right since last year. We've been saying it for a while now, but we've been right since last year that Aidan O'Connell is the guy, and we don't need to be drafting a goddamn quarterback this year.
Yes. And like we said last year, like we said after last year's preseason games, he should have been second behind Garoppolo, and he should have started at the beginning after this preseason, regardless of that pick six he threw. But we'll see what he can do. He got 5 games to show that he could be the guy, and maybe, well, it's not going to really change anybody's mind, but hopefully it can show.
It could. He balls out like he did against the Chiefs and becomes dominant in these next 5 games. it could show that he could be the guy.
I know, but people are still, I want this. I don't care. So we'll see. If he wins games, it's going to ruin the bidding. So it is what it is.
You know what? I'm okay with that, though. We did okay with the 13th pick this last time.
Yeah. So let's see. You know, we're building blocks. We got building blocks. So we're building. But all right, Asylum. Want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to Jeff for jumping on and being with us. He was on for almost an hour, so we appreciate that. And everyone in the comment section, we appreciate you. Our 225 subscribers, we appreciate you. Oh, we're at 28 now? 228, let's go. Let's go. All right, everybody. We'll come back Fridays. We talk about the Buccaneer game. The Buccaneer. And we'll go from there. All right, so have a good night. And we'll see you on Friday. And we end every show, like we always do, with a word from Raider Milt, a.k.a. my high school football coach, Coach Wallace. That's all I was trying to say, Coach Wallace.
Damn.
All right. Take care. I know. It's a legend. Here we go. Take care. Good night, everybody.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.